meet the dark-skinned activist. Hey everybody, what's going on? Y'all know who it is. It is the world's first dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor of dark-skinned activism, which is the first platform in history for dark skin, known as dark-skinned activism, created in 1998. And I'm just coming on here to chit-chat with you guys. This is just a random, hey everybody. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share it. If you are watching me on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe and make sure that you also like and share this video as well. I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a pretty good day. I just wanted to come on here and just chat it up with you guys about a few things. Namely, the first thing, don't forget that on Saturday, November 17th, in fact, you need to be saving the date because Saturday, November 17th, I'm going to be performing my live one-woman show pay-per-view on it's live stream. So that means anybody anywhere in the world can watch the show from the comfort of your own home. It doesn't matter where you're at. You will be able to watch a dark-skinned woman's revenge. And I have all of the ticketing information. Everything is right there for you. All you need to do is click the link that will take you directly to my website, which is darkskinactivist.com, darkskinactivist.com. So yes, you know, I've been performing my live one-woman show for forever, y'all. Hey Tina, thank you very much for your support. I never forgot your support when you came out to the DC Black Theater Festival where I performed the show A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge at. This was last year in 2017. So thank you for your support. And I'm just back with it again because this is what I do. I'm never going to stop it. I just finished doing rehearsals today. I also just did a really great interview that should be released pretty soon. Shout out to Layla Lynn TV. She took the time to interview me in regards to Darkism. And, you know, I'm very grateful for that. So I'm just kind of like coming on here to kind of chat it up with y'all. I'm having my little afternoon milk, which I be working a lot. So sometimes I don't get a chance to enjoy my afternoon hot milk. And it's usually some type of nut milk because I'm a vegan. Most of you really following me, you know that. But this right here is cacao with some coconut sugar in it. Let y'all see that. And today's milk is cashew nut milk. Cashew nut milk. Y'all see that? Cashew nut milk. Okay. That's what's in here today. And it's really good. It's so good. Hey Reginald, how you doing? It's really good. So I'm just getting a chance because I be working so much. Like y'all have no idea. I be putting in a lot of work. Like I said, I just finished doing a rehearsal for my play that's coming up on Saturday, November 17th. And I also did an interview today with Layla Lynn. Shout out to her for the interview. And I also want to remind everybody that, ta-da, my book, Token Dark Girl. Here it is right here, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. Y'all can see that? I put up, there it is, Token Dark Girl. You know, it's one thing to write these books, but it's a whole nother thing to when you get it in your hand and you actually could see the fruit of your labor. It's like here is like, it's a different, it's a really good feeling. So I'm very excited about that. And the book can be purchased at my website, darkskinactivist.com. This is my 5th book on dark skin, folks. My 5th book, Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. And I will have to say, honestly, this is probably my favorite book to date because I got the chance to talk about how I see dark-skinned women being utilized in popular culture. And I got the chance to talk about how I feel that they have made an impact, and they have made an impact, whether it be a good impact or a bad impact. All of that is arguable, but I got a chance to really go in depth in my book, Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Month. So you guys need to get this book and read it, because I don't often give myself credit. I do not often give myself, but this is one of my favorite books, Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Month. And my favorite chapter in here, if I had to select a chapter, let's see. I really enjoyed writing about Charnel Brown, aka Kimberly Reese. Y'all remember her from A Different World, Kimberly Reese? I wrote a chapter in here about Kimberly Reese. Kimberly Reese, shout out to her. She actually is the person that inspired me to write this book. About a year ago, I was on Facebook, and well, I always have my Facebook up and open. But anyway, about a year ago, I can't remember exactly how it happened, but I saw something about Kimberly Reese. I'm not sure who that is. I saw something about Kimberly Reese, and I was like, she's a token dark girl. Peace, John. What's up? What's going on, Andre? Go ahead and ask your question. I'm looking here at the I'm looking at the chat, but I looked at Kimberly Reese and I said, it just came to me that she was a token dark girl on A Different World. And a year later, the book Token Dark Girl. But in this book, I'm not only talking about Kimberly Reese, who I absolutely adore and love. A part of the research for this book was, of course, looking at interviews that Kimberly Reese conducted, you know, and she just has a beautiful personality. She's a very talented actress, and she does have an acting school that's in Houston. So y'all make sure y'all go and y'all Google Charnel Brown. That's her name, the actress, the dark-skinned actress that played Kimberly Reese on A Different World. And I break down in this book, Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment, why I think Kimberly Reese was the token dark girl of A Different World. So y'all need to make sure y'all get the book and read it. Let's see what else I got up in here. Let me go to some of the chapters. Make sure y'all check out my dark skin. Y'all can't see that, but make sure y'all check out my dark skin glossary of terms. It is actually the first book to contain a glossary of terms related to skin tone issues. So for example, some of my terms include beauty positioning, of course, darkism, darkest, let's see, attractiveness, war, beauty, bargaining power. What else? Dark skin supremacy, intra-darkism, which, man, I could write a whole book on intra-darkism, because boy, do we have a lot of that going on in our community. And these terms, I actually came up with these terms around 2009 and 2010, because I used to give readings. I need to go and let y'all see my old book that I used to do my readings, my theatrical readings for the play A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. I used to give free readings at the library, at the local library, and at local organizations, churches, and whatnot in the community. I would give like free readings of my play A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, and contained in the script, I would put these different terms. And so that's what some of these terms came out of. And I decided I'm going to put my dark skin terms in all of my books. So that's what I did. Let's see what else we got here. Looking at my phone here. So let me tell y'all what some of the chapters here. Let's see. Chapter 1 is the token dark girl of dark skin activism. Chapter 2, only one dark skinned girl at a time. Chapter 3, the crime of being dark skinned and female, paying homage to Wallace Thurman. Chapter 4 asks the question, is dark girl tokenism needed? Chapter 5, dark girl nihilism. Chapter 6, no woman ever focused exclusively on her dark skin. Chapter 7, this is where we get into the token dark girls that I chose to be in this book. Princess Amani Easy, dark-skinned, second-class citizenship. I just had a conversation with Layla Lynn, shout out to you, about the class that dark-skinned, light-skinned women find themselves in. And in my humble opinion, I believe that dark-skinned women have always been in, in America, not necessarily in Africa, but in America, our experience has been, when we talk about beauty, we have been the second-class citizens. And I talk about that concept in the book. So make sure y'all get the book now. Chapter 8, Whoopi Goldberg, The Seeley Trickle-Down Effect. I really enjoyed writing this book. And don't get it twisted, I love Whoopi Goldberg. I do. I'm a fan. In fact, the majority of the women in this book, I'm a fan. But I'm also a dark-skinned social theorist. And so what that means is I like to look at patterns in society regarding darkism and analyze it from the dark-skinned activist perspective. So that is what I did. And y'all need to make sure y'all get this book. Read the chapter on why the Seeley trickle-down effect was so prominent in the Black community, because I've experienced personally the Seeley trickle-down effect. People have said, "Oh, you look like Whoopi Goldberg," thinking that they was insulting me. I think that Whoopi Goldberg is beautiful. Like, they would say stuff to, popular opinion, Black people's popular opinion is that Whoopi Goldberg is so-called not as beautiful as other Black women, but I don't see it that way. So anyway, chapter 9, Hattie McDaniel, the foundational token dark girl. Chapter 10, Oprah Winfrey, the queen of token dark girls. And this chapter is very interesting because Hazel Scott, in the course of conducting research, looking at Black women in television as television hosts, I ran across Hazel Scott. So make sure y'all get the book and y'all can read about the information that I discovered on Hazel Scott. And she's not dark skinned, but again, I have no problem ever giving a person credit where it's due. So in this book, you're going to see that all throughout Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the moment. And by the way, let's see. Just to pay homage to Hazel Scott. Give me 1 second, y'all. The book is called Hazel Scott, The Pioneering Journey of a Jazz Pianist from Cafe Society to Hollywood to HUAC. And it's written by Karen Chilton. So she's one of the people that I looked at in my research regarding Black women in television as television hosts. John Komet Shabazz, I'm looking at your comment. Adam Clayton Powell's wife. Okay. Shout out to you, Jonathan Jones. I'm trying to understand what you mean by that. Just give me some clarity. Give me some clarification. I would appreciate it. Let's see. What else? What else we got? We got chapter 11. Charnel Brown, a.k.a. Kimberly Reese, the quintessential token dark girl. Oh, my God. You got to make sure y'all read that chapter. Chapter 12, Pam from Martin, the allegedly ugly token dark girl. I'm reading y'all the names of the chapters. Literally, that's what I'm doing. Chapter 13, Kenya Moore, who I talked about today. Kenya Moore, we know Kenya Moore from, the reality TV and all this kind of stuff. But Kenya Moore, and I've been looking at the, when I was writing the chapter on Kenya Moore, of course, I had to look at the history of Black women in beauty pageants. So let's just skip on over to chapter 13, that's page 92, that talks about Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore is very important. And in my book, Token Dark Girl, as you guys can see, I tell you guys exactly why she's so important. So let me just read a little snippet from chapter 13. It's called Kenya Moore, the Token Dark Girl of Beauty Pageants. Today, the public knows Kenya Moore for the reality show Real Housewives of Atlanta, but that's not why she made the token dark girl cut. Kenya Moore is special. She is beautiful and dark-skinned and actually had her beauty co-signed by a major white-owned organization called the Miss USA pageant. Hate her or love her, you can't deny her token dark girl status. Kenya Moore is the token dark girl of beauty pageants. Listen to this, y'all. She is the first dark-skinned woman to win the Miss USA pageant in 1993. I need to make sure y'all get this book. And I emphasize this point because the historical reference designates her as the second African-American woman to win Miss USA, while Carol Gist is credited as the first African-American woman to win the Miss USA pageant in 1990. Carol Gist is also a light-skinned Black woman, while Kenya Moore is dark-skinned. The fact that Kenya Moore is dark-skinned is important because her win marks the first time a dark-skinned Black woman won the Miss USA pageant. Not until 2016 did another dark-skinned woman, Deshauna Barber, win the pageant. This means that it took 26 long years for another dark-skinned woman to win the pageant. So token dark girl is ripe with a lot of history, with a lot of historical facts. Like I said, the book is a critique of dark-skinned women in popular culture. And as such, I am laying out some historical facts, some history, because again, and I don't say this to impress anybody, I say this so that you guys can understand why I do things the way that I do. I have a master's degree in political science and a bachelor's degree in history. And so that's my field. I like history. I like to connect the dots of history to understand why we are the way we are in our present. And so when you read Token Dark Girl, you guys are going to see that in the book. Now you can get Token Dark Girl from our website. Veron Marcus, I'm going to answer that question because I just looked at your question. But you guys can get my book Token Dark Girl from my website, which is darkskinactivist.com. Go there and get the book and read about all the token dark girls that I talked about and their impact on the aggregate of dark girls, dark-skinned females all over the United States. Make sure y'all go get that. Now, let me read your question, Faran. You said, what was your perspective on the light-skinned versus dark-skinned scene from school days growing up? You know what? It's funny that you asked me that because here's the thing. Growing up, my mother didn't allow us to watch what she would call worldly shows, and listen to worldly music. So I wasn't allowed to watch mainstream movies and listen to mainstream music and all that kind of stuff. So I never saw, y'all not gonna believe this, but I'm just telling you the truth. I never saw School Days. I never saw School Days. So what I'm gonna have to, and I've heard about it. I've heard a lot of people, excuse me, make reference to School Days, but I never saw it. So what I gotta do is I gotta take the time. Excuse me, y'all. I got to take the time to go and watch School Days so that I can analyze it from, the perspective of actually seeing it. Because I like to actually look at footage and look at evidence and then make my critique from there. But, perhaps one day I'm going to go ahead and get that done. But just in terms of the whole light skin, dark skin thing where a lot of people will say to me, I catch a lot of flack from people constantly because they want me to just leave it alone. They want me to stop talking about it. And it's nothing new. Before I even brought dark skin activism online, it was going on in my family. I would go to my family members' houses and I would talk about this dark skin issue and they would get mad. Oh, you need to stop talking about it. Oh, you are a hater. Everything that people say to me on social media, let me tell you something. I was prepared for it before social media came along because I heard it all before in my family and any place that I was speaking about dark skin issues. So I'm glad it happened because it prepared me to deal with the barrage of sometimes hate that I receive for talking about dark skin, for being the dark skin activist. You understand what I'm saying? Money, the God says in the South, they did the paper bag test. They did the paper bag test. Yes. Speaking of the paper bag test, people are upset that I said Tiffany Haddish is mixed. Tiffany Haddish is mixed. People are upset about that. Well, Tiffany Haddish is one of those people that would pass the paper bag test. Okay. The reason why I say that Tiffany Haddish is mixed, let me tell y'all why. You know, even though I've explained it before, I've explained myself. The reason why I say Tiffany Haddish is mixed is because she posted pictures, and in essence, y'all could go look this up. Don't have to take my word for it. Essence is a pretty reputable magazine that's been around for a while, a long time. We know what Essence is in the Black community. She did an interview, and in the interview, she talked about her father, and she's talked about this in other places, being from Ethiopia and Jewish. And a picture of her father and her, I guess it was her wedding. She took a picture of herself and her father during her wedding. And I looked at the picture, and I can clearly see phenotypically that her father is mixed with something other than just black. Let me repeat that. I could clearly see that phenotypically her father is mixed with something other than black. Therefore, if her father is mixed and her mother, who she said was African American, then that would make her factually mixed. Now, people have to take issue with that. I don't know why. Well, I take that back. I do know why. People have a problem with the truth. People are upset with the truth because we can't just now say, for example, I talked about in the interview I just did, she was supposedly, or she's been designated the first Black woman to host SNL. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I can Google it right now. Hold on, the first Black woman to host SNL. If we go by the fact that her father is mixed race and her mother is of African descent, let me thank her. Let me thank Layla Lynn. She was so sweet. Thank you so much. She was so sweet. Then it's reasonable to say that she's mixed. Amani, exactly. Obama is clearly mixed. Clearly. He has a white mother and a Black father. Also, to say that someone is mixed, because people make it seem like fraudulently, because it's fraud when y'all make it seem this way, that saying that a person is mixed it means that it's something wrong with them or that it's an attack on them. It's not an attack. It's dealing with what is factual. My shirt is blue. That's a fact. My phone is black. That's a fact. The couch is brown. That's a fact. Am I insulting the shirt by calling the shirt what it is? Am I insulting the couch? Am I saying that the couch is ugly because I said the couch is brown? Am I saying that the phone is ugly because I said it's black? Makes no sense. Logically, it makes no sense. So to say that Tiffany Haddish is light-skinned, number one, she's light-skinned. She's light-skinned. And therefore has light-skin privilege is not an insult, it's a fact. To say that Tiffany Haddish, based upon the fact that her father is clearly mixed with something other than black, and her mom is African American, to say that she then is mixed race is not an insult, it's a fact. It's a fact, y'all. It is what it is. Let me Google real quick, because I want to make sure I'm correct. I'm just Googling this real quick, y'all. So I want to make sure I'm correct. Okay, so yeah. Tiffany Haddish makes history by becoming the first Black female stand-up comic to host Saturday Night Live. Let's see what, let me go to essence.com. Essence.com is very reputable. Their headline is Tiffany Haddish joins a short list of Black women who've hosted SNL. Wait a minute. Let's see something, because that's not adding up. Black women. The actress turns as host will make the 12th Black woman to host the late. Wait a minute. Following da 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 da. Hold on. This is not adding up. Because it's saying that other Black women have hosted. I'm on essence.com right now, y'all, reading this. It's some of the information is contradictory. I'll show y'all. I just Googled it. You see that? Oh, man. There. Y'all can see it. Okay, some of the information here is contradictory. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to even address that. Okay, the first Black female comedian. Let's make sure I'm understanding. Okay, where's this source coming from? Hello Giggles. Let's see what they say. Saturday Night Live has been doing a phenomenal job this season, and things only got better when the show announced that Tiffany Haddish would be hosting this weekend's November 11th episode. Not only is the Girls Trip actress hilarious and an incredible storyteller, but Haddish is SNL's first Black comedian host. Admittedly, it's sad that in 2017, we're still reading headlines about the first Black. Admittedly, it's sad when people are not being correct and honest about who's Black, but that's my critique. Anyway, to keep reading. But we're choosing to focus on Tiffany's amazing monologue last night instead of the confounding lack of diversity in Hollywood. Tiffany Haddish walked out onto the SNL stage and hit the most perfect nay-nay before kicking off her opening monologue, and she killed it, obviously. Throughout the monologue, we learned quite a bit about Haddish, like the fact that she spent time in foster care and the danger she faced growing up in a group home where kids just couldn't agree on a TV show. She also revealed that, like most of us, she has no issues rocking a repeat outfit. In fact, the gorgeous white Alexander McQueen dress she wore on SNL was the same dress she wore to the red carpet event for her hit summer 2017 comedy. Okay. Okay, so apparently what distinguishes Tiffany Haddish is that she's the first Black comedian. The first Black comedian. Female comedian to host SNL. So that's what it is. Now, I disagree. I would argue that she's the first mixed race, mixed with Black, a lot of Black apparently, to host SNL as a female comedian, mixed race. That's Rashida Strober's assessment of it. See, the problem here is the dilution of blackness. When we dilute blackness, when we're not honest about what is black, which in my humble opinion is classical black, classical African features, which consist of dark skin, kinky hair, nappy hair, aka nappy hair. That's the classical definitive black. When we start giving other people credit, for example, Barack Obama, people love to say he's the first black president, which is factually it's incorrect. Doesn't even make any sense. Doesn't even make any sense. When we start, Trevor Noah, I gotta Google this person, Veron. Thank you. When we start giving these people credit, what we're doing is diluting the importance of blackness, and we're also limiting the chances of black people. We're already, that's what Token Dark Girl is about. You understand? Token Dark Girl argues that dark girl tokenism is not beneficial to the aggregate of black people. I would also argue that designating a person that is not all the way black as black is not beneficial to the aggregate of black people. It's not. It creates, and it continues, because the hierarchy is already there. It continues to perpetuate a hierarchy in the black community where light-skinned people are at the top, where light-skinned people get the rewards first. And then the crumbs get sprinkled down to everybody else. I agree, Amani. You said the dark race is disappearing in America. And yeah, and a part of it is, we are co-signing and sanctioning people as being the first black this and the first black that, who are actually not factually all the way black. We're literally contributing to the dark-skinned race or dark-skinned people disappearing by assigning blackness to people that are not all the way black. They may be mixed with black. That's not the argument. But to call a mixed person black doesn't make sense. Call them mixed. Get over the feeling and the notion that to call a person mixed race is wrong. We need to get over that. That's a part of the problem. Like we feel that it's wrong to say that a mixed race person is not black. It's not wrong. Where is the wrong in that? I've been trying. I mean, I could see if you sit up here making like nasty, mean comments about a person that is non-dark skin. If you're actually calling them names, that's different. But to say, Barack Obama, you're not black, you're mixed race. To say, Halle Berry, you're not black, you're mixed race. To say, what's Diana Ross's daughter name? What's her name, y'all? Please tell me her name if anybody knows. Tracee Ellis Ross. To say, Tracee Ellis Ross, you're not black, you're mixed race, is not inaccurate. It's actually the truth. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. It's the truth. It's not, I never condone making up stuff on people. That's one thing y'all will never see me do. I only care about what is factual. And trust me, when presented with new facts, new evidence, I will change. That's the only time I change. I won't change based on my emotions and how I feel, even though I might not like somebody. But if that person is telling the truth, then I'm going to be on that person's side for the simple fact of them telling the truth. So it's not about me liking you. It's about the truth. So we cannot be afraid to admit to the truth. And we can't confuse what is the truth with a dislike for a person or an attack on a person, because that's not the case. And I think that it's misleading and it's fraudulent and it's unethical and it's immoral to pretend as if when someone says XYZ person is mixed race and they're not black, to act like you are insulting that person. You're not. You're going based off of what is factual. Really, Amani? Isn't that something? That's what we got to learn to do. We got to go off of what's factual. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel if you're watching this on YouTube. I want to remind everybody on Saturday, November 17th. Saturday, November 17th at 7 p.m. is going down. I'm going to be playing all 5 characters in my play, my dark skin show called A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge. And anybody, anywhere in the world, as long as you purchase your ticket, you have internet access and a device to watch it on, you can watch A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge live stream pay-per-view from the comfort of your own home. Just go to my website, darkskinactivist.com, and purchase the tickets, darkskinactivist.com. If you're in the Atlanta area and you want to come to the live show, there is a separate link where you can purchase your tickets. If you're in the Atlanta area on Friday, November 16th, which is the day before the show, I'm going to be giving a Darkism Talk featuring one of my books, my newest book, which is Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. I'm going to be giving a Darkism Talk at the Ancient African History Museum, and that's in Atlanta, Georgia. And the ticketing is at my website, darkskinactivist.com. So all of the information that I just talked about in terms of the show and the Darkism Talk is on my website, darkskinactivist.com. So make sure you get your tickets. Make sure you save the date, Saturday, November 17th. And make sure you share. Make sure you get your book. Also, if you want to donate to the production cost of A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge, simply go to my GoFundMe and make a donation. Phone ringing. So I got to get out of here, y'all. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch me today. Again, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. And make sure you visit my website, darkskinactivist.com, for all of the ticketing information. And like I said, the link is right there in the description for this live. Thank y'all for watching, and y'all have a great rest of the day.